Hi, we are back in room 411. Uh, Relating to film industry, Senate Bill 732. We are still working on the bill. Let's roll to, what was it, for three in same room, 411.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Adjourn.
gaveling in our 3:30 conference, 2:30 conference agenda. Oh my gosh, sorry. Gaveling in and reconvening our committee agenda for 2 o'clock here in conference room 411 in the Hawaii State Capitol to continue further discussion on the measures before us. As the last committee, as we shared earlier today, that we have submitted the measures for review by our designated money committees, and we are awaiting release on all these measures. Senator? Go over 'em. No, you want to read them? Yeah. And then we'll read.
Sure, those before us are SB 1526, SB 1120, SB 21, SB 1117, HB 958, HB 1231, HB 697, HB 860, SB 1009, SB 1667, HB 667, HB 1161, HB 1260, HB 1164, HB 960, HB 1167, HB 1156, HB 862, and HB 1159. So it is now 2 o'clock. Do we have a time and place we could?
Yes, could we please reconvene all the measures that you just shared on these agendas at 3:30 p.m. here in conference room 411 today for further discussion?
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
I did mess up.
Aloha kako. We're here to reconvene the conference committee meeting on Friday, April 25th, 2025 in conference room 411 for our 2:30 agenda item. First on the agenda is HB 496 HD2 SD1 relating to Mamaki tea. For the House conferees, we have Representatives Kahaloa, Mateoshi, and Kush as co-chairs and Matsumoto as manager.
On the Senate side, myself as chair, Gabriel Kanuha Richards, co-chairs, and member Favela.
Thank you, Chair. I think we are still working on this and we want to roll it over
4:30?
to if we could use the 4:30 PM time slot in conference room 225 today. Is that okay with you?
4:11 would be
Oh,
good. 4:11.
Did we get approval for that? Okay, just checking. We are moving to 4:11 at 4:30.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to our last agenda item, HB 534 HD2 SD1, relating to labeling requirements. On the House side, we have Kahaloa, Mateoshi, and Kush as co-chairs, Miyake and Pirik as managers.
On the Senate side, myself as chair, Richards, co-chair, and Kim and Awa.
For this measure, we didn't need WAM release, but we did receive finance release. So Chair, is it okay to move forward and vote on this measure?
Where's the Awa?
We're not,
Oh, he's not here. Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen. Oh, you haven't seen, I never seen, okay, yeah, we can vote.
okay, I will explain the measure and then we can move forward. So within the proposed CD1, the bill prohibits the sale of any raw processed ahi by retail establishments without a label that states the country where the ahi was landed. In the proposed CD1, we strengthened language on what raw processed ahi means. We didn't have a definition in statute yet, so we created one within this draft, and I think we have a good bill to protect our local fishermen and so that we know if we're eating fresh ahi or ahi from somewhere else.
Great bill, love the changes, let's go.
Thank you. I will get our vote sheet.
I just was trying to wait for Scott to come.
Okay. We are here to vote on HB 534, HD2, SD1. The recommendation of the House and Senate managers is to pass with amendments with the CD1 we just shared. I will start to take the vote, and
If there's a CD1, then that means we have to vote?
We had, we had agreement on the CD1, but we gotta vote on the bill. We gotta vote on the CD1.
What if we don't have one?
We don't need WAM
No,
approval.
we need to vote on the
because-
CD1.
Because they're,
If they're accepting the SD1, then we don't need vote. Then they just have to vote. But if there's any changes, then we need to get a,
we still, no, that's not what we were told. Yeah, that's not what we were told. We never need the WAM approval.
they notice a CD1? Because if it's an SD1, if they accept the change in SD1, then they can just move to agree. But if there's a CD1 and then we have to vote, then we need a release, as far as I know.
we. No, that's not what
What are
the
your
issue
amendments?
is.
What are your
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, well, changing the effective date and the language of what raw processed.
We gotta get the,
We gotta get a release.
that's fine. Yeah, we never went.
This is not a
Yeah, there's no one WAM. Yeah, we never
It's
went.
CPN.
CPN.
We only had
Yeah.
FIN as fiscal implications, so we had different referrals.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought this was a
Sharing, nah, okay,
Take two.
yeah.
Take two? Is Scott, are you okay for the vote, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I
We're-
thought you guys were assuming.
No.
Okay.
We're gonna move for the
He
vote.
He drawing blood.
So we're voting on HB 534, HD2, SD1. And we have agreement on the House and Senate managers to pass with amendments on the CD we provided to members. I vote aye. Co-Chair Mateoshi. Co-Chair Kush.
Aye.
Manager Miyake. Manager Pirik. Thank you, House members. May I take the vote for the Senate? Chair DeCoit,
Aye.
Co-Chair Richards. Senator Kim, Senator Awa, excused. We have a bill, Chair. Thank you very much.
Before we adjourn, we gotta go back
Yes.
to the other bill.
Okay. So we're going to move back to our previous measure, back to HB 496 HD2 SD1, relating to Mamaki tea. Senator, you had some thoughts?
Yeah, no, so we got the room. It's a
Yes.
room change, 4 PM, room 225.
Oh, okay. That works for us. So we are going to reconvene the HB 496 to 4 PM today, conference room 225. Thank you,
Thank you.
Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you,
guys.
members. Thank you for your time. We're
Thank you.
adjourned.
Thank you.
All right, aloha mai kako. We are reconvening the conference committee hearing for the Senate Ag and Environment Committee and the House on Ag and Food Systems. It's Friday, April 25th, and it's 2:47 PM, and we're in room 325. Okay, first up is SB 177, relating to aquaculture. For the Senate, myself as chair, Wakai as co-chair, Richards and Awa as members.
And for the House conferees, we have representatives, myself, Matayoshi Kush as co-chairs, Quinlan and Pyrick as managers.
Okay, unfortunately, we do not have release on this, and so because of the deadline, we're going to have to defer the measure.
Okay,
Okay? Sorry about that.
thank you, Chair.
Moving on to SB 1547, SD1, HD1, relating to a special purpose revenue bond for Loon Kauai Farming and Ag Enterprises. For the Senate, they keep telling me they can't hear me. For the Senate, myself as chair, DeCoit as co-chair, Richards and Awa as members.
For the House, we have conferees, myself, Morikawa as co-chair, Kush, Quinlan, and Matsumoto as manager.
Yes, and also on this measure, Chair, we don't have everything that we need, so we're going to be deferring this measure as well.
Thank you.
Okay? And then on the next measure, SB 1249, SD1, HD2, relating to agriculture. For the Senate, myself as chair, DeCoit as co-chair, Rhodes as co-chair, Richards and Awa as members.
And for the House conferees, we have representatives Kahaloa, Tarnas, and Kush as co-chairs, Poi Poi and Matsumoto as managers.
Okay, and so on this measure, it establishes an agricultural crime prevention program within the Department of Agriculture to provide grants, education, administrative enforcement, and other services for the benefit of the state's agricultural industry. Clarifies, creates, and strengthens laws regarding crimes and violations related to agriculture or agricultural lands and hunting on private agricultural lands. Establishes clear distinctions between administrative and criminal penalties. So on this measure, I want to first say mahalo to Senator Richards for his work on this measure, for the CD1 that we used as the base for the SD1. We removed language regarding the agricultural prevention program. The focus of this measure is to create, clarify, and strengthen laws and penalties regarding agricultural crimes and hunting on private agricultural lands. We also added language for an agricultural enforcement pilot program for the islands of Oahu and Hawaii Island to be implemented by the Deputy Director. We also reinserted language from the HD2 designating this as Duke's Law in memory of Cranston Duke Pia. So mahalo to his family and his community for showing us throughout this process, showing up throughout this process. We did receive WAM release for this measure. Did you receive FIN release?
We did receive fin release.
We received $947,800 for fiscal year '26 and $479,880 for fiscal year '27 to be expended by the Department of Law Enforcement. And we'll also be removing language associated to the FTEs. And I'll also like to note that, would you like to read, there was a...
Yes, there's a small drafting error in the process of getting the final CD1 and included an establishment of a special fund. If you have read all 60-plus pages thoroughly, members, we're removing that language, and we've received approval from Fin and WAM to be able to move forward at this time and move to vote. And I just wanted to say a special thank you to the Judiciary and Hawaiian Affairs Committee of the House. They did a lot of work with the Attorney General's office to strengthen the statutory language on this bill. And I want to say thank you to Chair Tarnas for making sure that we added the naming of Cranston, Pia, and Duke's Law into this measure from a previous measure. So thank you, Chair Tarnas.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else to add, Senator Richards? Would you like to add?
First of all, I'd like to thank all the chairs that have worked hard on getting this thing done. And I also really appreciate the fact that I worked hard to get not the law and the penalties upped, but also the enforcement side to go after these ag crimes. Every day this week, Cranston's mom has been in the chambers watching and hoping for the vote to come forth. And she will be there when we vote this through on the floor. So on behalf of her, I'd like to thank everybody.
Okay, so if it's okay, we'll go ahead and take the vote. I'll take, let's see. Watch it, there goes your Christmas bonus. Just joking. Okay, for the Senate on SB 1249, SD1, HD2, Chair Gabbard votes aye. Senator DeCoit.
Aye.
Co-chair. Co-chair Rhodes. Senator Richards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Senator Owa. Excuse, may I take the vote for the House?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, Co-chair Kahaloa.
Aye.
Co-chair Tarnas.
Aye.
Co-chair Kush. Aye. Rep Poi Poi. Aye. Rep Matsumoto.
Aye.
And we do have a bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
And we will adjourn the agenda.
Thank you. We are back again at 3 p.m. in room 411. Today's April 25th. First up, Senate Bill 732 relating to the film industry. On the Senate side, myself as chair, Wakai as co-chair, Kim and Dick Court.
And on the House side, we have myself as chair, Yamashita as co-chair, and manager Matsumoto.
Okay, so of course, we're still working on some stuff. We roll to 411 at 4:40 in this room on April 25th.
Agree.
Sounds good.
Carrying on to the next item on the agenda, we have HB 437, and we have House conferees, myself as chair, Hussey as co-chair, and manager Matsumoto.
Oh, on the bottom, okay, go, sorry. We moved to the bottom, yeah.
Um,
The broadband, you can.
Oh,
skip
we'll
line
go,
3, 4.
we'll go to that next.
Okay.
Your conferees,
Conferees, for the Senate side, myself, Chair Decoit, Senator Lee, Kim as co-chairs, Favela as member.
thank you, Chair. We are still working on that, and may I ask if we roll it over to 4:40 in this room, 411?
Yep.
Thank you. Moving on to the next item, we have HB 934. That is the broadband. And we have House conferees, myself as chair, Yamashita as co-chair, and manager Matsumoto.
On the Senate side, myself as chair, Wakai co-chair, Kim and Awa.
We are close. We have an agreement both on the House and the Senate. We are waiting for release, and may I ask if we will roll it over to 4:40 at 4:11?
Perfect.
Thank you. Moving on to our last item on the agenda, it is HB 1391. We have myself as chair, Holt as co-chair, manager Hussey, Quinlan, and Matsumoto.
On the Senate side, myself as chair, Lee, Kim as co-chairs.
We have agreement on a CD1, however, we are still looking for release. May I ask that we roll this over as well to 4:40 PM at 4:11?
Perfect.
Thank you, Chair. This conference is now recessed.
Reconvening our 3:30 a.m. agenda.
Might as well be.
Well, truth be told, that is how long we were up
Yeah,
last
on
night.
Sunday, October 12th,
Yes.
2023.
Reconvening the 3:30 p.m. agenda here in conference room 411 in the Hawaii State Capitol. I have great news. There is some movement on measures before us, and concurrently right now, I know I can share that HB 1159, we do have fin release, and I believe there's WAM release as well, Senator.
Yes.
Okay.
So why don't we take that out of order?
Thank you. Let's take it out of order. Members, HB 1159, HD2, SD1 relating to commercial harbors. On behalf of the House, I have myself, Co-Chair Belatti, Co-Chair Poipoi, Co-Chair Grandinetti.
For the Senate, myself, Co-Chair Rhodes, members Inouye and DeCourt.
Thank you, Senator. For our agreed CD1 on this measure, we're adopting a conference draft 1. This establishes a commercial harbors emergency evacuation working group attached to the Department of Transportation. The working group is tasked with reviewing federal and state laws, the emergency evacuation procedures for commercial harbors, accessing mooring capacity at commercial harbors, and developing a comprehensive mooring plan for displaced vessels, particularly for evacuations involving and not limited to the Honolulu Harbor. Evaluating existing penalties for failure to comply with the emergency evacuation orders and recommending whether they are sufficient. The working group is composed of the Deputy Director of Harbors as the chair, chairs of the Senate and House Transportation Committees, U.S. Coast Guard Captain of the Port, Honolulu sector is invited to participate. Key harbor users, including representatives from the Trans-Pacific Inter-Island Ocean Carriers, Hawaii Longline Association, United Fishing Agency, cruise lines, tug and barge operators. Remote participation is an option for all meetings. Members must serve without compensation, and those state employees may be reimbursed for travel expenses. Working group members are exempt from the ethics code solely for their participation in the working group as stated in the draft. Requires the working group to submit a report to the legislature by 20 days before the 2027 regular session, including findings, recommendations, and any proposed legislation. Department of Transportation is responsible for providing administrative support, including stakeholder engagements, coordinating site visits, preparing the final report, and noted. The working group will automatically dissolve on June 30th, 2027. The act shall take effect upon approval. Those are the proposed and agreed amendments of the conference draft 1 for HB 1159. With that, members like to adopt the conference draft 1 as proposed. Chair Kila votes aye. Co-Chair Belatti.
Aye.
Co-Chair Poipoi.
Aye.
Co-Chair Grandinetti.
Aye.
Member Moore Oka. Senator May take the vote on behalf of the Senate.
Please.
Chair Lee.
Aye.
Co-Chair Rhodes. Co-Chair Aquino. Member Inouye is excused. Member DeCourt.
Aye.
Recommendation is adopted, and 1159 is our CD1 for this measure. Let's take a brief recess. Thank you, Senator and members, for your folks' patience. If we could take a measure out of order, please. I'd like to turn to HB 1156, relating to special facility revenue bonds. On behalf of the House, myself, Co-Chair Kitagawa, Member Pierick.
Thank you for the Senate. Myself, Chair Kino, and members Inoue and DeCourt.
Thank you, Senator. We have an agreed upon Senate Draft 1 for the bill, for the measure to adopt. The Conference Draft 1 updates the Special Facility Revenue Bond Authority to Department of Transportation for harbor improvements, increases the total principal amount of Special Facility Revenue bonds that may be issued without further legislative authorization from 100 million to 600 million. Continues to allow the Department of Transportation with governor's approval to enter into special facility leases with private entities and maritime-related operations, construct, acquire, remodel, furnish, equip special harbor facilities for the use of exclusively those private lessees, accept assignments of construction contracts from lessees, undertake projects on state-owned lands, permit lessees to undertake and supervise facility development, clarifies the department may also issue refunding bonds to refinance outstanding special facility revenue bonds without needing new legislative authorization, as long as the refunding does not increase the original authorized amount, maintains strong checks by requiring the project costs and debt repayment to be secured through lease revenue stream, ensuring no direct state obligation on general funds or taxpayers, supports the modernization of harbor infrastructure needed to sustain maritime commerce and economic growth and community resilience, and this act shall take effect on July 1st, 2025. With the agreed upon CD1 as proposed, I'd like to adopt the CD1 for HB 1156. Chair Kila votes aye. Sorry, we have fin release. Yes. Thank you. I'd like to adopt HB 1156 CD1. Co-Chair Kila votes aye. Co-Chair Kitagawa.
Aye.
Member Pyrick. Can I take that vote on behalf of the Senate? Chair Lee.
Aye.
Co-Chair Aquino. Aye. Member Inoue is excused. Member DeCourt. Oh, aye. Aye, Inoue. And then Senator DeCourt. Adopted CD1 for HB 1156. Let's recess.
12:31.
Senator, if you're amendable, could I take another measure out of order? HB 860 relating to liability on behalf of the House, myself, Co-Chair Tarnas, Co-Chair Grandinetti.
Thank you for the Senate. Myself with co-chairs Wakai, Rhodes, Kanuha, and member to court.
Sorry, I forgot. I Co-Chair Kila, Co-Chair Tarnas, Co-Chair Grandinetti, Member Cush, Member Purick. Forgive me. I believe we have FEN released on HB 860, and I believe we have WAM released on HB 860. If we could adopt the CD1 as proposed and agreed upon. For House Bill 860, adopt a conference draft 1 to address roads in limbo where ownership or jurisdiction is disputed between the state and the county. This authorizes the state or counties to repair or maintain these roads even when jurisdiction is disputed. Clarifies that the state or county performing the work may only be held liable for acts or omissions directly arising from the repair or maintenance they perform. This also does not mean that they acquire ownership or jurisdiction over the road simply by repairing or maintaining it. This allows agencies to also post public notices stating that repairs do not establish permanent ownership or control. This applies only to counties with a population between 200,000 and 500,000. Explicitly, the intent is for Hawaii County, but we don't legislate for specific things. The act shall take effect upon approval and that it shall sunset on July 1st, 2030. With the agreed upon CD1 language for HB 860, I'd like to take the vote. Chair Kila votes aye. Co-Chair Tarnas is excused. Member Grandinetti, Co-Chair Grandinetti. Aye. Member Cush.
Aye.
Member Purick. Can I take the vote on behalf of the Senate?
Please.
Chair Lee.
Aye.
Senator Wakai is excused. Senator Rhodes.
Aye.
Senator Kanuha.
Aye.
Senator DeCourt. Aye. CD1 is adopted for HB 860. Recess. Senator, thank you for your flexibility on the agenda. So I know we were able to vote out several measures, and there are several things we're still waiting for. So if you'd be amendable, I'd like to move these measures, and I'll state them, but just for the record, we'll be reconvening at 4:15 PM in conference room 016 today on the following measures. SB 1526, SB 1120, SB 21, SB 1117, HB 958, HB 1231, HB 697, SB 1009, SB 1667, HB 667, HB 1161, HB 1260, HB 1164, HB 960, HB 1667, and HB.
Sorry, those HB 1167.
HB 1167, yes, thank you. And then HB 862. We'll be reconvening at 4:15 PM in conference room 016, yes?
Yes.
Yes, at 4:15 in conference room 016.
Going to give us the blanket?
That was, oh, and anything that I missed, we're going to reconvene in conference room 016 at 4:15 PM for all the other agenda items that I may have missed.
Ready? Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We are reconvening our Waterland Committee Conference hearing. We are going to take a bill out of order. It's HB 1007 relating to HCDA. On the House side, you have myself, Tarnis, and Lamasao is not present, and Evslin Shimizu.
Thank you for the Senate. For the Senate, myself, Co-Chair Hashimoto, Member Kanuha, and the court.
Okay, so we don't have finance release on this, so would you like to defer this out to 5:30 in this room?
Sounds good?
Okay. We'll recess and continue on our agenda.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. It's still Aloha Friday, I think. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. The committee is the reconvened conference committee on Friday, and we are in room 411. SB 223, Senate Draft 2, House Draft 1, relating to fire prevention. Senate conferees, myself, Chair Inoue, co-chairs Alafanti, Gabbard, Hashimoto, members McKelvey, and DeCourt.
On the House side, myself, Co-Chair Hashem and Lamasao, and Manager Shimizu.
We have been, this is actually a very important measure, and as we have worked throughout the past weeks, at this point in time, both chairs, again, to have your commitment, we decided that SB 2 through 3 will wait until next year, and we'll be deferring the measure.
If I could make a comment,
Please.
Senator, I really appreciate being able to work with you and the members of this committee. I do think that we have done a lot for wildfire prevention, but this is something that we certainly can come back to next year and continue to work on, as we are committed to making sure that our community is safe. Thank you again for all your hard work, and thank you to the members of the committee.
Thank you so much, folks.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, gaveling back in on our, or reconvening on our conference committee. It is 4:05 PM. We're in conference room 411 at the state capitol. First up, we have HB 465. Oh, wait, yeah. Relating, goddamn, sorry,
86.
what? Oh, it's a Senate bill.
Wait, I thought we were.
Okay,
I
starting
thought-
on.
I thought we were doing 86.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
We'll
all
do
right.
86. Okay. Starting on HB 86, HD2, SD2. We have finance clearance on this. Do you have Ways and Means clearance?
On 86?
Yes. Here's the
Yes, we do.
Okay, good. There's one position in the bill, and it is funded. Do you mind if we vote this out?
Okay, at this.
Oh, wait, no, wait.
Yes, you have to mention.
Oh, wait, no, we don't have
Yes,
quorum on this.
Yes. No,
And-
you need to, let's call our committees. Yes, I
Okay.
know.
Okay, on the House side, we have myself, Lamasao, Poi Poi, and Shimizu.
Okay, for the Senate, on HB 86, Senate Draft 1, Senator Inoue is chair, co-chair, DeCoit, and members Elefante and DeCourt as members.
Okay. Sorry, you don't have quorum on this, and it doesn't look like you're gonna have quorum, so shall
We
we?
have, yes, we did have release, I believe. You did finally got Finn.
Yes.
We do have, I do not have quorum on this measure.
So it doesn't look like
It
we're gonna
does
get,
not look, we're going to be able to pass this measure.
okay, shall we defer it?
We'll defer it,
Okay. Sorry?
yeah. Well, this measure was actually actually a project that some of the communities were looking forward to it as a pilot, and it could have transferred to many other communities in the state. So we'll try to work on this next year.
Yes, I will work with you next year on this one. Okay, moving on, we're gonna move on to which, SB 465? Would you like to do that?
Do I have 465?
Or shall we?
Oh, okay, yes,
Okay.
okay. Okay, this is the happy one.
Yes.
All right. Just looking for my WAM release. Okay, here we go. And we're still running on the same
Yes.
agendas. All right. Okay, let's proceed then. SB 465, Senate Draft 1, House Draft 1, relating to the Kikiaola Small Boat Harbor. Senate conferees, myself, Chair Inoue, and co-chair Wakai, and member DeCourt, and we all are present.
Okay, great. We have on the House side, I am present, Morikawa is present, Lamasawa is present, and Souza is present. So we have everybody here.
That's right.
Oh, we should celebrate
We're
just
not
for
the
that.
last, but it was one of the best. The best for the medium. All right. And just to confirm that this requires DLNR to conduct a study of the carrying capacity of the small boat harbor and its surrounding area in the county of Kauai. And of course, it requires a reporting to the legislature, and we have the appropriation of funds, and I'm sure it reflects on yours as well, of
Yes.
$250,000. And that's for fiscal year 25 to 26, for DLNR to conduct the carrying capacity study of Kikiaola Small Boat Harbor in the county of Kauai.
Yes.
So we can proceed with the vote since I do have
Yeah.
our busy senator here.
It
He-
is, yeah, we're using the HD1 and
Correct.
changing the effective date and expanding the study to the surrounding area too, right?
We thank you very much. All right, shall we proceed with the votes?
Yes,
For the Senate, on SB 465, House Draft 1, myself as chair, I, co-chair Wakai. Okay, member DeCourt. Okay, may I take the votes for the House?
Please
Okay,
do.
For the House, measure on SB 465. Co-Chair Hashem.
Aye.
Co-Chair Morikawa. Okay, and Member Lamusao. Okay, and Member Souza.
Aye.
We have a vote and a bill.
Very good.
All
Okay.
right, thank you so much.
So shall we move on to HB 778?
1 second.
You have release? Oh, great.
Today is it, what time is it?
4:13.
Okay,
Thank you. Do we need to state how much we got released? 778? Or no? Okay, no need. All right. So for 778,
Thank you.
okay. All right, so for HB 778, we have finance release. Shall I take the vote?
and we do have Wan's releases as well.
Okay, and I don't have the vote sheets. Sorry, just 1 minute here.
Yeah, for quorum.
Oh,
He said he's
okay.
coming back.
Oh,
But we
okay,
need Gabbard or Decoy. I don't know which
Oh, we don't have.
okay, yes, I need Gabbert or
one.
Decoit.
We're already calling for them.
Okay, can we move to another measure?
Okay, move to 739.
Okay,
That's
all
a
right.
Senate bill. I'll let you take over.
All right. Seven, three, nine. All right. Okay, one of our favorite measures. Let's see. Did we do 778?
Yes,
Okay.
we're holding off because we don't have quorum.
Oh, on 778?
Yes. Do we have quorum for SB 739?
Yes. No, I don't think we do.
Well, you need Hashimoto.
1 second,
or-
1 second. Okay, I need Gabbard. Is
shall we
he on?
recess?
1 second. He is on, Gabbard is on 739 as well, and I do need quorum.
Okay, so we'll
Okay.
recess until they come.
All right.
Okay, recess. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We are reconvening on our conference committee meeting. We are moving straight into HB 778, HD2, SD1, CD1. You have quorum, we have quorum. May I take the vote?
Okay, I believe we did mention our countries already?
Yes.
Okay,
And we
please.
mentioned that we got
Yes.
finance approval for this.
Yes, yes,
And one FTE going into the bill.
yes.
And so moving on, so I vote aye, Lama Sao.
Aye.
Souza?
Aye.
May I take the vote for the Senate?
Please.
Senator Inoue?
Aye.
Gabbard is excused. Decoy?
Aye.
Elefante is excused. DeCourt?
Aye.
Senator,
We
you
have
got
a
a
bill.
bill.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
We
That's
will
great.
recess.
Okay. Okay, here's refreshing again. This is Aloha Friday. All right, we'll proceed. The conference committee is proceeding with its April 25th calendar in room 411 at 4 p.m. And we are on SB 7397, Draft 2, House Draft 1, relating to land exchange. For the Senate conferees, Senator Inoue is chair, co-chairs. Gabbard is here, and I understand okay. Senator Aquino is replacing Senator Hashimoto as co-chairs. We have members McKelvey and DeCourt present. We do have a quorum.
Okay, on the House side, I am present. Kahaloa is present, Lamasao is present, and Morikawa is present, and Souza is present. Everybody's here.
Okay, great. Okay, just to recap the agreement on this measure, as we all know, SB 739 is a measure that is related to land exchange, and that it allows the governor to negotiate the land exchanges, and this is subject to approval by the Board of Land and Natural Resources. This is to acquire lands that are suitable for long-term diversified agriculture production in exchange for land for private, affordable workforce and other housing development. And this also requires, of course, the reporting to the legislature and effect upon the date of approval. And I do also want to say that the effective date of July 1st, 2025, and the approval on this bill from WAM release is that we're approving for SB 739 proposed CD1 on reference LRB 251822. Okay? Thank you very much. And I appreciate the patience as well, and on this measure for HD1.
Thank you very much.
Okay, for the Senate, recording for the votes on SB 739, Senate Draft 2, House Draft 1, Chair Inoue goes aye. Co-Chair Gabbard. Aye. Okay, Co-Chair, let's see, Aquino. Yes. Okay. And Member McKelvey. Did he disappear? Okay, we have Member DeCourt. Aye. Okay. On the, shall I continue with the House?
Yes.
Okay, on the House of votes for SB 739, Co-Chair Hashem.
Aye.
Okay, Co-Chair Kahaloa.
Aye.
Okay, we do have Co-Chair Lamasao.
Aye.
Okay, and Member Morikawa. Aye. And Member Souza.
Aye.
Thank you so much. Members,
you.
we have a bill.
Thank you very much. We are adjourned.
Thank you. We are in room, conference room 411. This is the 4:30 agenda. On the agenda, we have Senate Bill 1571 relating to tourism. On the Senate side, we have myself as chair, Aquino Wakai as co-chairs, Kim and Favela.
Thank you. On the House side, we have myself as chair, Sayama Templo as co-chair, and Matsumoto as member.
Okay, thank you, Chair. We are still working out some details on this. Can we just roll it to 5:15, room 411?
Yes, we can.
Thank you, Chair.
Next up, we have House Bill 348 relating to single-use plastics. So unfortunately, we do not have FinWAM released, and I think that this is a better conversation for us to have in the interim so that we can have a better bill next year, so we're going to defer it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chair.
Well, I need to announce who.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, got ahead of myself. For the House, it's myself as chair, Peruso and Templo as co-chair, Matsumoto as member.
Myself, on the Senate side is Chair, Gabriel Kilcolole Rhodes as co-chairs.
Thank you. So as I've said earlier, we do not have FinWAM release, and I think this is something that we have to roll over to next year. So the recommendation is to defer it for now.
I agree. Thank you, Chair.
you.
Okay, with that, we are adjourned. Hi, we are back on agenda, it's 4:35, room 411, April 25th. Up, we have Senate Bill 1396 relating to economic development. Again, I believe we are in agreement. with what- Oh, conferees, sorry, conferees, myself as chair, Gabbard Kim, co-chairs, and Favela as member.
Thank you. On behalf of the House, it's myself as chair, Hashem Yamashita as co-chair, Ichiyama and Matsumoto as members.
So thank you, Chair. I believe we have agreement. We are awaiting Fin release.
Correct. So shall we roll this over?
Okay, let's roll over to 5:15, same room, 411.
Thank
We're
you.
good? Thank you. We are adjourned.
We are reconvening the 4:40 PM conference, and at the top of the agenda, we have HB 437. We have an agreement, and we also have release. Just so public is aware, we have 50,000 for fiscal year '26 and 50,000 for fiscal year '27.
So Chair, on my side, we are still looking at an
Oh, let's
issue
do
with the bill. I want to roll this bill to 546 in room 225.
225 at when?
Yep, room 225 at 546, 546.
Bill HB 437. Chair, say that room number again?
Room 225 at 546.
546. Okay. All right, we're rolling it over to room 225 at 546. Next item is HB 934, and we also have agreement on this. Are we also rolling this over?
I have agreement as well. I think we have everything in the bill
Yeah.
that we want. I don't know if we have the people to vote on it.
Then let's just
Are we
do,
rolling? We're rolling?
since we're rolling, we'll just skip the conference and just roll it over to 225 and 5:46 PM. Next bill is HB 1391. Are we also rolling this over?
Yeah.
We're also rolling this over to 225, 5:46 PM.
And then on SB 732, relating to film industry, I think we've been having a lot of challenges with this bill and the CD changes, so we're rolling this bill at 546 in room 225.
Okay,
Okay, sounds good.
thank you.
Thank you. We are adjourned. We're back in room 411. This is the 5:15 agenda. Today is April 25th, Friday. We're looking at Senate Bill 1396, SD3, HD3 relating to economic development. On the Senate side, myself as chair, Gabbard Kim as co-chairs, Favela as member.
Thank you. On behalf of the House, as myself as chair, Hashim Yamashita as co-chair, Ichiyama Matsumoto as members.
The conference draft that we have is the result of a lot of work of many people. Thank you, Chair, and the rest of the co-chairs for their patience, as well as the Finance Chair and the WAM Chair. This bill also was a priority measure for the governor. This bill will increase the transient accommodation to 11% and will tax cruise ships at the same rate of the 11% effective January 1st, 2026. The additional revenues generated will help us fund needed climate change mitigation and tourism projects. I've been assured by the governor's office that in the passing of this bill, that they will also look at the transfers of the following Act 90 leases from the DLNR to the Department of Ag. The lease numbers are GL 5276, GL 4476, GL 4472, 4473, 4478, and 4477. These leases represent a total of 23,000 acres, which is the sizable number that has been asked about when we talk about climate change and some of the things that we want to address when it comes to fire prevention, fire breaks. And I think these individuals of ranchers have played an instrumental part in making sure those lands are stewarded well. A lot of the funds that are involved in climate mitigation and climate change are the result of many hands within not just them, but the department. With that being said, are you ready to vote?
Thank you, Chair. It's been a pleasure to work with you as well as everyone on this measure, and we are ready to vote.
Thank you. Okay, first up, myself as chair, I go aye. Senator Gabbard.
Aye.
Senator Kim. Senator Favela. Okay, excused. For the House, if I can take the vote. Chair Tam.
Aye.
Representative Hashem.
Aye.
Representative Yamashita. Representative Ichiyama. Representative Matsumoto. Thank you. We have a bill. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you. We are back. Today's April 25th, 5:15 PM agenda in room 411. We are on Senate Bill 1571 relating to tourism. On behalf of the Senate, myself as chair, Aquino Wakai as co-chairs, Kim and Favela.
Thank you. On behalf of the House, it's myself as chair, Sayama Templo as co-chair, Matsumoto as member.
So, in regards to relating to tourism, this is the HTA bill, and it represents our efforts to improve and strengthen the organization. It makes the president and CEO of the HTA appointed by the HTA board and confirmed by the Senate. The CEO will now report to the governor. This and other changes made in the bill may not solve all the problems that we have heard this session, but will ensure its leadership will be held accountable and rebuild public trust within our communities. I want to thank you, Chair, for your hard work. It's been a back and forth for the both of us. And I think at the end of the day, as our biggest engine driver for the state of Hawaii and what we represent as a culture and people that we work together, I believe this is a bill that will give us a timeout to kind of get our bearings back together and put us on the right track. And I know you have some stuff that you want to say as well, but I want to thank you and thank your members for being here as well.
Oh, thank you, Chair, and I want to thank you and your members as well as the members in the House for your indulgence on this bill. My remarks are very simple. We are here today to pass this measure to bring positive and change and accountability to the Hawaii Tourism Authority. Tourism remains one of our leading industries and economic drivers, but for too long, we have allowed the actions of this authority to operate without the appropriate level of oversight and responsibility and accountability. Tourism in Hawaii is changing, and as we usher in a new era of mindful visitors and tourism to our home, we must do so with a new sense of responsibility. Alongside with those changes, we have also made the board of the Hawaii Tourism Authority advisory. We have exempted all positions filled by the Hawaii Tourism within the Department of DBED to be a civil service law, and we have also removed the director of DBED as a member of the board. So if you're ready,
I'm ready. So with that being said, I also want to thank the WAM chair as well as the finance chair. So with that, let's take the vote. On myself, Senator Decoit, I vote aye. Senator Aquino. Senator Wakai.
Yes.
Senator Kim. Senator Kim. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Senate Bill 1571 relating to tourism. Thank you. Senator Favela. Was it a aye or aye? Aye. Okay. Can I take the vote for the House?
yes, please, thank you.
Chair Tam.
Aye.
Representative Soyama. Excused. Representative Templo.
Aye.
Representative Matsumoto. Thank you, Chair. We have a bill.
We have a bill.
And with that, we are adjourned.
Used the court,
Aye. You have to vote on one more bill.
Inoue.
Aye.
Chair, we have a bill.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Opening up on Senate Bill. Senator, do you want to open up on your bill?
Yes,
Fast, Lorraine, fast.
okay. Do you have something?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Why don't you go then?
No, we need quorum. You need him for quorum.
I don't need him for quorum, he's not on my agenda.
He's Lee. He replaced Hashimoto.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, you know why? I have Aquino, that's why. So now it's from Aquino to Lee? Okay, sorry, I was not told. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
Aquino's gone.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's right here.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so sorry. Okay,
you need me or not?
No.
Okay, thank you.
sorry. All right. Are we ready to? All right. For the Conference Committee on SB 223, House Draft 1 relating to fire prevention, the chairs for this measure, and before we start, we'd like to say that we did defer this measure previously, and both chairs, with the approvals of leadership, is also would like to reconsider the decision made. And so we'll proceed with the discussion on SB 223 relating to fire prevention. And the Senate committees are myself, Chair Inoue, co-chairs Elefanti and Gabbard and Lee, and member McKelvey and DeCourt.
And on the House side, myself, Hashem Lamasau as co-chairs, and Shimizu as manager.
All right, and just to add to the conversation that's important, the agreement to reconsider our vote previously to SB 223 relating to fire prevention, the Speaker and the House has approved pursuant to Rule 13 of the Joint House and Senate 2025 Committee on Conference Procedures, and they, the signatories of this memorandum, request a waiver of the 24-hour conference notice requirement on the following measure, which is, as mentioned, SB 223 relating to fire prevention. Of course, the House Speaker, Nadine Nakamura, and Senate President Ron Kochi, and members of the chairs of the committee has signed this memorandum as well. Okay, we will then proceed with members. This measure, we'd like to add that this, we did agree with the House Draft 1, and this is, the DL requires the DLNR to establish the independent program relating to the prevention, control, and extinguishment of wildfires with forest reserves. And this authorizes the Administrator of Forestry and Wildlife to establish and maintain facilities for the performance of fire protection. And just to add, we have updated the proposed CDs, members. We did remove Section 3, requesting the appropriation necessary for the fiscal year 2025-26 and the fiscal year 26 to 27 for the purposes of the position, the full-time equivalent positions, the appropriation no longer required since it's already in the approved budget.
Yes,
Okay?
we're in agreement.
Yes, all right.
And we
Shall
have $1 million
proceed?
for each fiscal year, and let's vote.
Okay, for the Senate, and this is the Senate votes on SB 223, House Draft 1. Chair Inoue is aye, and Co-Chair Elefanti.
Aye.
Okay, all right. Co-Chair Lee.
Aye.
All right, I need to put you on the bottom here. And Member DeCourt.
Aye.
Okay, shall I proceed with the House?
Yes, please.
Okay, on House votes on SB 223, Co-Chair Belatti.
Aye.
Okay, Co-Chair Hashem. Aye. Okay, Co-Chair Lamasau. Aye. And Member Shimizu. Okay, we've got a bill, and this then concludes the Conference Committee on SB 223.